Today we're gonna make an old-fashioned cocktail, one of the most classic bourbon cocktails there are. Called the old-fashioned because of the way people would order their whiskey after Prohibition. They would say they wanted it the old-fashioned way. This meant that they wanted muddled fruit, sugar, and bitters with their whiskey. So to start, we're gonna add a couple of sugar cubes. If you like it real sweet, you can add as many sugar cubes as you want. Then we're gonna add a couple of cherries. Then you're gonna put in your orange. We want to muddle sort of gently. You don't want to get too aggressive around the peel and the pith of the orange. Then for our bitters, we're going to add a couple of dashes. And last but not least, we're going to add 2 ounces of Kentucky straight bourbon. Then we'll add some ice to get it nice and cold. And just to get everything mixed together and a little bit diluted, we will stir that around for a little bit. You'll notice your wash line rise a little bit. That's where the liquid ends. That's how you know that there's some water in there. And that is your very classic old-fashioned cocktail. Now we're gonna do a modern twist on that old-fashioned. For our sugar component, I'm actually gonna use a syrup. Typically your simple syrup is gonna be sugar and water. Instead of using that water, I switched that out with coffee. So it's gonna have a nice coffee flavor. We're gonna use 3/4 ounces of that coffee syrup. And instead of your traditional Angostura bitters, we're gonna use some bitters that have notes of orange and fig. It will go very well with the coffee. And just about a half a dropper is all you need. And then of course your whiskey is gonna stay the same, and we're gonna do 2 ounces of that. Now we're gonna add some ice to this mixing glass to get the drink cold and diluted. And you want to make sure that you have lots of ice. That way you can see your wash line. You want to make sure that that wash line comes up a little bit. That way you know that you've incorporated some water and you're diluting correctly. Give that a few stirs. I can see that wash line getting up there. We'll drop it right there. Then we're going to put a big ice cube on this. Since we're going modern, we're going to use a nice fancy ice cube. It is crystal clear. Sometimes it fits in the glass. There we go. And we're gonna strain that right over the top. Now since we skipped our fruit and didn't muddle it, we are going to add one last step, and that is going to be your orange peel expression. Then you wanna make sure that the skin side is down. That has all of your oils on it. You're gonna gently squeeze it over the glass, take it around the rim, give it a little curl. Drop it in there, and that is your modern style coffee old-fashioned. And it tastes good for breakfast.